Hey, Ash, Kaylee, and Pantera here. Kaylee's sidekick. We are doing part 2 of our Ask Anything today, and we're going to be covering about 4 to 5 questions for you guys, and it's also open for conversation. So if anybody has any questions, you just let us know by commenting, and either if it's relevant to the question at the time, we'll get to it, but if not, we'll answer your questions at the end.
And if we don't know the answer, we will get you the answer at some point.
We will get back to you. Yeah. So we want to start with the question of aloe vera juice. So somebody was asking what aloe vera juice benefits are, as well as if there's any negative effects.
Yeah, just kind of wanting to know the 101 on aloe vera juice. Yeah. So I did learn about it in school, and I knew a little bit about it. I knew it was really great for your digestive system and healing your intestines and stuff. But we looked it up today so I could give you a better, clear answer. So for those of you that are wondering what aloe vera juice is, it's literally just the leaf being crushed and mashed up, basically like blended, and then it's going to be filtered, and it gets turned into like an aloe vera juice. So there are lots of different juices that you can get, some obviously more processed than others, some that have more added sugar. Mm-hmm. So first things first is making sure you're getting a quality kind, and making sure you're still reading those labels, because they have ones now that are like pineapple flavored and all these delicious flavors, but you just want to make sure that you're not getting ones that's just filled with pure sugar.
Yes.
So some of the benefits of it is that it's actually amazing for boosting your immune system. So it's got a lot of vitamins like vitamin E, C, a bunch of different B vitamins, and there's tons of different minerals there as well, like magnesium, zinc, copper, all things that are going to help to boost your immune system. It's also amazing for protecting your heart health, which is amazing. So it helps to boost your circulation, can prevent blood clotting, and reduce the amount of cholesterol in the blood. It also, regular consumption of this juice can help give your skin, oh yes, it's great for your skin. It's going to give you that healthy, nice glow. But it's saying more so if you drink it regularly. So it's something that if you consume often, you'll start to see those benefits in your skin as well.
It's also good on your skin if like when I was growing up, we had like a big aloe vera plant at home, and then so my parents would cut it and then rub it either on my sunburn or if I had like a cut that needed tending to.
Yeah, I think you can use it on some rashes and stuff too. I don't
know. We never have, but I can see.
My mom was always the queen of the aloe. As soon as somebody had like a sunburn or anything, she's like, get the aloe vera.
Yeah.
It was amazing though. Yeah. It's so helpful. So you can imagine if it's that helpful on your skin, what it's going to be doing for the insides of you. So anybody that has something like IBS or issues at all with their digestive system, this is something that's really helpful. And when I was looking it up today, it said that you would want to consume about half a cup 3 times a day. However, start slow, because one of its benefits is that it can produce or get you to go to the bathroom more.
A gentle laxative.
Yes. So some people have maybe had too much in the past and overdid it.
Yeah. I know somebody who had a liter in one day and got really aggressive diarrhea. So not recommended.
Yeah, a liter is...
That's intense.
That's intense, especially if you're not used to drinking.
Yeah, but a lot of them that you buy are in those liter bottles, so people are like, oh, I should probably drink this. I need to drink a liter of water a day. No. Don't drink that.
Like, I wouldn't even do the half cup 3 times a day. I would start maybe with a half cup day 1 and just see how you feel, because you really don't want to be getting the scoots when you're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
Mind you, I guess nobody's ever prepared for that.
No, good point.
So it helps with, like I said, digestion and constipation relief, and it does that because it's very lubricating. Obviously, like when you feel the plant, it's super lubricating.
Yeah.
And then we've also got that it can speed up the healing process, which is what you were just talking about with the skin. So again, if there's any issues on your skin, it can help heal. So clearly, it can help heal the insides. And the last points are it helps to detoxify. Helps prevent gut irritation, as well as can help prevent heartburn, which is pretty wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Instead of taking those antacids, you can have some aloe vera juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just thought of something. Before we go on to the next questions, maybe we should say what we're going to go over today. So in case anybody's not even interested, they can stay subscribed or unsubscribed for the rest. So what else we're talking about today is we're going to be talking about
stevia.
Over here. We're going to be talking about the sweetener stevia, or stevia, however you want to pronounce it. We're going to be talking about that's not the one.
List.
We're going to be talking about hitting a plateau and losing weight, specifically around butt and thighs. And then we're going to be talking
about foods that
reduce inflammation.
And I think there was one more, which I'll look through my notes and we'll see when we get there.
Yeah. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess
so do you want to move on to the foods that let's talk about the plateau.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people are interested in that.
Yeah. So one question that we got is a girl saying that she's frustrated because she feels like she's hit a plateau, and she's working out 5 days a week, typically doing cardio type things like running, rowing, and then I think the elliptical or something like that.
And a little bit of HIIT training.
And a little bit of HIIT training within that. And she eats a fairly high protein, low carb diet from what I understood, has 2 cheat meals a week, and yeah, that was basically all. And she's having a really hard time losing weight around her hips and her butt. So obviously this can be different for everyone. Everybody's body sometimes hits plateaus and like needs a different attack. So if this person was my client or probably Kaylee's client, we would be trying something different. My knee-gut reaction or knee-jerk reaction.
We always talk about gut.
Yeah. My knee-jerk reaction would be like you need to slow down the cardio and you need to up your resistance training. So typically, I find that people respond better to resistance training, and resistance training that's HIIT style, that has to do with like your cardio as well. So you're getting both, the best of the both worlds.
Well, you're building that muscle that's going to help burn more calories.
Yeah. So what I would recommend to this person is that they substitute their 5 days of cardio with 3 to 5 days of HIIT training. That includes HIIT and primarily focusing on like lower body. So doing like jack squats and
lunges, deadlifts,
like things that are going to like help to tighten around that. And when you're like in between, a really good cardio for getting rid of specifically like the butt and the thighs is jump rope. So like, for example, like say you would do like 1 minute jump squats, and then you would do like weighted walking lunges, and then you would have like a 1 minute of jump rope. And that's like awesome cardio. Both the first two are cardio too, if you're doing them in like a HIIT style. Yeah. But then if you throw in jump rope, like really good for reducing the body fat, like specifically around your hips and your thighs. And walking is really good for it because
it's gentle on the body.
Yeah, exactly.
Less recovery time.
Yeah, it's really gentle on your body. And also, if you tend to be like that is where you hold your weight, it's harder to lose there. So if you start building muscle and muscle and muscle, you might have the same amount of fat, but now you have more muscle with continuing that layer of fat over top of it. So you look like you're getting bigger, although you're getting stronger. So you kind of have to have that good combination of cardio and strength at the same time. Yeah. And then I just wanted to touch quickly on the carbohydrates. Not, like we said, everybody's body is different, but typically women respond well to having like some healthy carbs in their diet. So if you're doing that much cardio without any carbohydrates, you're probably really spiking your cortisol levels.
And she's burning her protein.
Yeah, and like, you're burning your protein. You're burning your body, the muscle. You're burning your body's muscle, your body composition. Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely recommend kind of like pulling back on the cardio a little bit, and then adding in some carbohydrates to refuel your body. And like
I think that's great. And doing doing a steady cardio session for 45 minutes where you're on the treadmill is, you will burn calories, but you're not going to create that afterburn. Mm-hmm. That's why we love HIIT training, because it's getting the cardio while you're doing it. It's strengthening all your muscles, and it's revving up your metabolism, and it's getting everything moving. Mm-hmm. So maybe even doing something like sprint training at the very end.
Yes.
So jumping on the treadmill and like running as fast as you possibly can for 20 seconds. Jump off until your heart rate comes back down to normal. Do it again 3, 4, maybe 5 times, but 5 times can be pushing it when you're actually going full tilt. Yeah. And that's really going to rev up your metabolism, and you'll find a bigger difference with doing that, which could take 5 minutes versus 45 minutes of a steady pace.
Yeah, absolutely. I just posted a picture, a before and after picture, and if you go back to that one, you will see like that is me when I trained constant cardio. I did also lift weights, but I also did a shit ton of cardio, and I'm talking like 45 minutes of cardio every time I hit the gym, plus resistance training. And like that's the different kind of like body type that you would get from, compared to my after picture is like more intense but shorter HIIT training.
Yeah. And also, just if you find that you're in a plateau, your body gets accustomed to what it's intaking, right? So it just kind of gets used to where it's at. You eat roughly the same amount of calories every day. You probably eat similar foods every day because they're your safe foods, your chicken, broccoli, fish, salad. You need to experiment more in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And you might even find that, like, say you start adding in more carbs. You're like, you know what? These ones aren't working for me. It's all about switching things up because your body it's not going to change if nothing that you're doing is changing.
Yeah, you have to keep it guessing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you have to keep it guessing. And I just saw Cheryl's question about the trampoline. Is that also a good one? Amazing.
Oh.
Like, trampoline is so awesome for cardio. So if you have like a little mini trampoline at home, or you're interested in getting a trampoline, really good. And also really good specifically for the butt and the thighs. At shrinking them. Well, also, apparently there's some studies that show it helps to reduce cellulite. So it's not going to get rid of cellulite. All women have cellulite. You're an anomaly if you don't. But basically, it's supposed to help with all that too, and like kind of like that lymphatic flush.
That's what I was just going to say. It's actually incredibly beneficial for your overall health. Working out in general, but when you're doing a treadmill, it's helping to clear and drain out your lymphatic system.
Do you mean the trampoline?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even know what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, trampoline. So it's actually amazing for even helping to boost your immune system and just clearing out the lymphatic system, which that's a big part of what's helping with the cellulite, is moving that around and keeping it. So it's incredibly good for you for the physical aspect as well as, but then getting that lymphatic system moving.
Yeah.
100% recommend that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, I think that's covered.
Yeah, I think that's covered. Let us know if you guys have any more questions. And then I do know that Cheryl asked.
Yeah, and I saw a couple comments above too. I don't know if it was anything.
I loved your before and after photos. That was all. The before photo or question was the would trampoline help?
Oh,
so
okay.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. I think we should touch on stevia now. Stevia.
Stevia, yes.
Tomato.
Yes. Yeah. So Ashley and I obviously are familiar with it, but same thing. We thought we might as well dive in, see if we can find a little bit more information on it. So we actually, it was kind of funny because some of the negative things that we had heard about it, we learned that there's very different varieties of stevia. So there's a very pure form, which was the green powder. Is that what it was called? The green powder stevia?
No, it was True Life or?
No, that was the one that was not good. Was the Truvia.
Oh, Truvia.
Truvia. So if you see that, and you'll actually see Truvia in a lot, like in the health food section at the Superstore, it's there all the time. I had no idea the difference between stevia, Truvia, whatever it is. So we did find in our research that Truvia is actually only 1% stevia. And it's basically a chemical shitstorm. They use GMOs. So it's hard when you see things in the health food section because you assume that they're going to be good for you. But what we're reading about is that you need to get the most pure form that you can possibly find. So that was like the green powder they said was the most pure, and then like the next was just like the straight stevia. So basically you'd be looking at the ingredients and just making sure it's like just basically pure stevia. Yeah.
So that's really important. There were actually more health benefits to it than I remember researching like back in the day.
Yeah.
So you could touch on some of the health benefits. Yeah. And so we kind of want to touch on that.
The pros and the cons.
The pros and the cons. We're going to start with the pros, and then we're going to start, with the cons. Finish with the cons.
Yeah, so it actually is green leaf stevia. I just confirmed in my notes there. That's what you would want to look for. So it actually has some anti-cancer properties in it, which I had no idea.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah. It is good. Well, obviously, it's anybody that has diabetes and can't have sugar. This is a substitute that they can use in baking and in eating like things like that, so that they're not missing out on all the fun. It helps with weight loss, and that's in the sense that because it has 0 calories, it's not adding any calories onto you. However, we will talk about that also in the cons. It helps to lower your blood pressure as well as can improve your cholesterol levels. Yeah, so there are some good things.
Yeah, so I was surprised to hear that. My initial reaction was like, no, to stevia, and that's not coming from like being against it, because I actually used to consume quite a bit of stevia, whatever. I actually used to drink like copious amounts of diet drinks, like whether that be diet pop or like one of those like diet
Crystal
powders. Crystal Light.
Oh my god, I used to be Crystal Light and vodka in university was my jam.
So which I'm probably going to talk about on Thursday is the dangers of diet pop. I would like to kind of touch on that because I have such a intense experience with it. But yeah, but anyways, so when I was getting off of that, stevia really helped me to get off of that sugar addiction. And although it wasn't real sugar, it helped me to get off of that sugar addiction, but also emotionally, because then I wasn't concerned about all the calories I was eating and all that kind of stuff. So it had its benefits. My only concern long term, if you use it all the time, like I'm talking, I was using diet drinks in copious amounts, and then I moved to taking like stevia like multiple times a day. So my concern with that is that it really trained my palate to want lots of sugar, and so I don't want people relying on stevia as like a substitute that they can have all the time, because I was having stevia like 2-3 times a day, whether I was having it in my tea, my coffee, or then sometimes I would throw it if like I wanted like a dessert, and then like I would use that, like I would sprinkle on top for like that sweetness, and it can, what did we read, like 300,
it's 30 to 40 times sweeter than sugar.
Yeah.
So the good news is you need very little of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but it also trains your palate to want that taste.
Yes.
So that doesn't, and your body's not going to know, oh, I want the stevia, I want the no calorie, healthier sugar. It's going to be like, I want all sugar because that was really fucking tasty.
Yeah.
And then it also kind of like throws your body in a loop, because then it also thinks that whenever it tastes sugar, that it starts to like, it's preparing for digestion. It's waiting for calories, and when it doesn't get calories, it's unhappy, and then it wants calories. So just be mindful of how much you use it is like the moral of the story. Like don't start using it because we say that there's some health benefits to like over abuse it.
It's like, in moderation.
It definitely in moderation, because it had an effect on me in a negative way, and like craving lots of calories and bad calories. So yeah, it had its positive, but it also ended up being a negative. So just be mindful.
It's easy because obviously people have sugar addictions, and you don't want this to be something that you're replacing that one addiction with something else. So because it is so sweet that when you consume it, like it's so sweet that you're now, when you taste food, you're like, I want it sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. And the goal when you're eating clean is that you actually start to not want the sweet so much. So I used to be obsessed with pop, like every single day. Spritz Up was my favorite one. Like the PC Spritz Up. I loved it. Where now, like over years, I could maybe have a sip or two of Coke, and I'm like, no, like I don't want it anymore. And I never thought that I would get to that point. Like I was a pop addict. So the goal is again to kind of reduce the sweet cravings, so that when you have something like fresh fruit, that tastes just sweet and dessert-like to you. So if you're overdoing the stevia, you're never going to kind of get away. It's still going to control you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you were saying too, it's confusing for the body because it starts to associate sweet when you're having stevia with no calories and no digestion. And so when you do eat that piece of real chocolate cake, your body's like, wait, what's happening? I thought sweet meant no calories. I thought I didn't have to do anything. And it can actually, I don't know if it's the same with stevia, but I know with diet pop, it can cause you to gain weight. So I don't know for sure, but it will definitely have that same effect on you in the sense of wanting more and more and more sugar.
Yeah.
So enjoy it as a treat. It's totally fine as a treat. Just don't rely on it.
It's safe if you get the right one and you use it in moderation.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like anything.
Yeah. Like when I make my homemade ice cream, I put a little in.
Yeah.
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 Next is foods that fight inflammation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we were asked like the top 5 favorite foods, but we decided to go big and give you 15 foods. So if you are interested, grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen. A lot of these you'll already know, and we're not going to go into detail and explain every single food. We're just going to talk about the foods that help, and you'll be surprised probably at how many of them you already consume. Yeah. So should I pull up the list?
Yeah, sure. I've been trying to use these as much as possible because I'm like my back is really inflamed right now, and a lot of people don't associate muscle pain with inflammation, but it can be a lot of inflammation. So this doesn't just mean that it's beneficial if you're bloated. Like if you have any sort of joint pain, if you have back pain, if you have like
digestive issues.
Yeah, digestive issues.
Inflammation in your intestines.
Yeah, like a breakout, like eczema or anything like that, that's inflammation. So these are beneficial for all of that.
Yeah, anybody that's got arthritis. Inflammation is basically the root of all disease. Yeah. So everybody has inflammation all the time. So whatever you can do to reduce it is amazing. So try to start incorporating these foods more into your diet if you don't already. And like I said, you'll be pleasantly surprised because a lot of these you probably already eat. One that a lot of people know about is pineapple because of its high content of bromelain, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. So if you're a pineapple fan, like I am, I think you are.
Oh yeah, I love pineapple.
Enjoy all the pineapple that you can get. Leafy greens. So obviously when you guys have your green glowing smoothie in the morning, you're covering that. And bok choy, which you'll notice was on the meal plan this month with the sesame ginger noodles, which I had for dinner tonight. And that one's actually great for reducing inflammation as well.
Yeah. Celery
Yeah.
And I don't know why celery, but I probably the water too.
That's what I would think. Yeah. The water content.
And beets. I love beets. And I actually feel like they are like working, like they taste so earthy that like they literally feel like they're cleaning me out.
Right?
Yeah.
And if I had posted an awesome beet smoothie recipe on my Instagram this week, if you guys want to check that out as well.
Check that out.
And it's funny too when you like have beet juice and then you pee and you're like, what's wrong with me? It turns your pee pink.
Or if you eat actual beets, like your poo will be will be red.
And did you know, and I think it was actually Kate Stock that said this, that there are certain people that don't get asparagus pee.
No.
There are like certain people that, because you know asparagus, like you eat asparagus, you pee and it stinks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Kate that was saying that the one day, that there's certain people that don't get that.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I gotta look into this.
I wonder like what pH is going on in their body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Blueberries, amazing for inflammation. Broccoli, salmon, and then one that we've done a whole Facebook Live on is bone broth. Incredible for anybody that's got any sort of digestive issue or an inflammation. One of the best for sure. Walnuts, coconut oil, and then our go-tos: chia seeds, flax seeds, turmeric, ginger.
Yeah, turmeric and ginger are definitely my go-tos.
Yeah.
I've been having them every day to help with my back.
I'm pretty sure, isn't cinnamon good for inflammation too? I know it's good for blood sugar control. I'm sure that cinnamon
I think
is.
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
So boom, bonus 16.
Yeah, bonus round. Yeah, so all those are good for inflammation as well. Oh, and I even think parsley is.
I think basically all herbs are good at everything.
Okay.
I you know what I mean? Like they're detoxifying your body. I can't say they're not going to cause inflammation.
Yeah.
So typically things that also like helps alkaline, like alkalize your body will help with inflammation as well. So high alkalizing foods are great for that. And that it doesn't mean that an acidic food like lemon is actually an alkaline food. So it doesn't mean that if it tastes acidy that it's acidic or alkaline.
Yeah. That's the effect it has on your body.
Yeah. I think that's actually all the ones we wanted to cover. Yeah. So we'll see if there's any questions. And if you guys have any questions right now, please shoot them. And then I saw a couple things come up. I just want to make sure there's nothing I missed.
Lori said yes, cinnamon is.
I thought so.
Fallon said Crystal Light and vodka. Holy shit, what a throwback.
The best.
I know. I think we all have
I'd be like, oh my god, it's not even bad for me because there's no calories in it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I know.
That was when I used to buy like the low fat salad dressings.
Yes.
Low fat,
Me
like
too.
cream cheese.
Yeah.
Oh
No sugar pudding. No sugar
Did
jello.
you have the butter spray that had 0 calories?
No. I never even knew of it.
Poison. I would like cover my plate in it.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. But,
Yeah. Can you substitute green leaf stevia instead of maple syrup in recipes?
Yeah. Just, I don't know the conversion rate.
Yeah.
And if you're using maple syrup as a liquid, stevia is not the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, for example, I make a lot of homemade ice cream and sometimes I'll use maple syrup. Sometimes I'll just add a little bit of stevia and then just more of like my almond milk or coconut milk. So you just want to make sure you have the right amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't be afraid of maple syrup and raw honey either. Like they're not, you don't want to overdo it, but they also have a lot of minerals and vitamins in them. I think we answered all the other ones.
So if you have anything else quick to ask, we like flew through that.
Yeah.
Because we actually knew what we were.
Yeah, we did.
We had
23 minutes.
We had good time to prep today.
Yeah.
Which cut into our rambling time.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for popping on here, guys. We would love to do a Q&A, like we were thinking, like once a month. So always let us know what your questions are, and if we don't answer them right away on Facebook Live, we will get to it that coming month or whatever.
Especially questions that a lot of people ask us. Like if you have a more specific question or something that's a little bit more private, that's different. But usually, like we said, if you're asking, somebody else is probably also wondering the same thing. So shoot us a message, and then we'll just keep saving them up. And once we get a couple of questions that are good to go, then we'll do another Facebook Live like this and address them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So thank you very much for popping on Thursday. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm like 90% sure I'm going to be talking about the dangers of diet pop. Another old addiction of mine. So yeah, I thought I would talk about that because I did a lot of research back in the day. I'm going to have to research again.
Yeah.
Quick little
it's been a long
update.
time since I read, because I gave it up probably like same time, like years ago. Mm-hmm. Also because it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
It tastes like metal.
Yeah. I was 22. So it was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really liked diet anything.
Yeah. Ugh.
The thing that sucks is I can barely even do a Ryan Coke anymore. Like that was like, it's my dad's favorite drink. It's what we have when I go to the farm. And it's like, it's just pops. I have to put like 20 ice cubes in it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have right on the rocks.
I actually love pop. Pop is like.
It's funny. I can
one of my
only do
things.
pop if I'm kind of hungover, and I can do ginger ale, Canada Dry.
Yeah.
Because apparently I'm an old soul. Like, who drinks that?
Yeah. With a straw. Yeah.
But I'm like a soda water with like stuff added to it, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, my soda stream.
When we order in food sometimes, like I really like to have pop. Like I obviously don't overdo it on the pop, but like pop is definitely one of like my
guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Well, I used to drink things like Mountain Dew. It's literally like the devil's juice.
Yeah.
Or orange pop, like those really, really sweet ones.
Yeah, that's too sweet for me.
Yeah, no, not so much.
Yeah.
Bubbles.
No, yeah, she can't have anything carbonated.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you can't burp? Because I had a friend of mine in university that she couldn't have any carbonation because she literally like can't burp.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem that we have.
No. I love burping.
I wish I could burp a little bit less sometimes.
I encourage burping. I think it was also that, and April said it makes her feel more thirsty.
Oh, yeah. If I'm really thirsty, it doesn't quench my thirst.
Yeah.
No, it's like a nice, just refreshing,
Yeah.
like a mojito. I'm ready for summertime.
I know. And you know what? I actually wanted to go out and get alcohol for us tonight for this Facebook Live, and I didn't get around to it because by the time we went to
That's okay. I got my booch.
the little kitchen, I was like, man, I don't have time. But
Got my kombucha.
Yeah. Anyways, obviously we're just having a conversation now, so we'll log off, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday night. Well, Matt just sent a message.
XOXOXO, I love you. He's so sweet.
He's traveling right now.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Beep beep.